Hello there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Drank a coffee to wet my whistle. This is an instructional video. I don't mean these are instructions you have to follow. I'm saying this is an advice thing for new dungeon masters, and we need new dungeon masters. We need new ones. We need dungeon masters. Period. We need all kinds of players, dungeon masters, whatever. We need people to play Dungeons and Dragons. And if you're a new dungeon master, this is an informational video for you. Hopefully it helps. If it doesn't, you feel free to ignore it. It's okay. But I'm doing this because I've been playing a long time, and I've been running games since 1979. This is the benefit of experience, as it were. And again, feel free to use it or not. Use parts of it. As long as the rules you use are consistent and apply equally to everybody, you're fine. As a dungeon master, it is your duty to set the treasures your players find. As I have said in previous videos, too much gold and other monetary treasures has a plethora of pitfalls which you would do well to avoid. If players are so wealthy they don't need to adventure, they won't adventure. If you give them enough money to purchase a kingdom, they'll buy a kingdom and stop. Why? Because they can. That's the whole point of adventuring, is to get rich. If you make them rich too soon, you end the adventuring. Unless you get the greedy bastards out there just running around here. I got more money than it can possibly fit in my castle, but, it's pouring out the windows. I want more! You get those people. At any rate, too much money creates pitfalls. Magic items add a whole new dimension of pitfalls. Before I get started, I suggest you read the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide, pages 116 through 118. This details magic item fabrication. Magic items come from somewhere. Some wizard somewhere is creating magic items. Clerics can do it. Wizards can do it. Illusionists and druids can do it. And those pages detail how it's done. If you're a wizard and you're creating a magic item, the process for creating an item is, oh my god, lengthy and difficult. Nobody shits out magic items. It's just not happening. There's not an assembly line somewhere. Each permanently magic item to be created requires a permanency spell and a wish spell. Read those spells. Permanency is an 8th level spell which costs the wizard a constitution point permanently each time it's cast. That's part of his life force. If you lose a constitution point, that's a huge deal. Okay? If your wizard has a constitution of 12 and he wants to make a bunch of magic items, most he can make is 12 and he'll die doing it. Because his constitution will hit 0. You see what I mean? Higher level wizards who make a bunch of magic items, they have a low constitution. Why? Because it costs them a constitution point to make a magic item. It's a significant deal. A wish spell is arguably the most potent spell in the game. Wish spells are very powerful, and according to the book, in the spell description, the dungeon master must try and twist the meaning and therefore the outcome of the spell. This, by definition, makes the casting spell casting this particular wish spell exceedingly dangerous. Because if you don't word your wish correctly, the dungeon master is required to twist it. I wish that so and so dies. I wish that so and so's character died. That fighter over there, I wish him dead. Well, rather than, according to the book, this is an example given in the book, by the way, rather than kill off that guy, your character gets moved ahead in time to a point where this guy is already dead. So this guy's still in the game, and your character's 20, 30, 50, whatever years in the future, and you've been eliminated from the game. Wish spells are supposed to be twisted like that, according to the book. So anytime you use a wish spell, you have to be very, very careful. It's very dangerous using a wish spell. Magic items are very, very rare for that reason, and therefore should be severely limited to maintain game balance. As a dungeon master, And I speak with experience here. Oh my God, experience. You really want to limit the amount of magic items available in your world. And now, I'm not talking about, +1 or +2 swords, or whatever. A fighter with a +1 sword or a thief with a +1 dagger. That's nothing. That's just a little bonus in the game. That's all that is. Okay? They're nifty and useful, but they're not. That's not going to kill your game. I'm talking about rings of invisibility, staves of power, staves of the magi, portable holes, artifacts. There's a whole damn list of those damn things. Rods of lordly might. Scrying devices, things like that, the big bad stuff. These items will severely unbalance your game and make the players very difficult to deal with. I'm not saying you should never allow them in your game. I'm saying you have to be very careful how you do it.
He tried to.
Okay? God forbid, and take this to heart because this is a serious one. It happened very recently. God forbid your players get a scrying device and a helm of teleportation. In this particular example, the player had a ring of teleportation, but it's the same concept. It's the same device. It's just one's a helmet, one's a ring. It does the same thing. If they get both of those items, you may as well write off any random encounters or planned ambushes on the trail. Players are going down the trail and the bad guys jump them, highwaymen, bandits. The big bad guy sends his guys to catch him on the trail and kill him. Just eliminate all that. What's going to happen is they're going to scry on where they need to be and teleport there. Overland adventures, shot to hell. Gone. And they'll do this every opportunity they get. They're going to be teleporting to every location and undermining your adventure at every turn. These two items individually are bad. Not bad, but they unbalance your game. Put them together and they will destroy your game. They will destroy... They're going to drain the fun out of your adventure because there's no travel time involved. You're just boom, they're there. Boom, they're there. Boom, they're there. Okay? My general rule of thumb is that the powerful items should be the culmination of a serious quest. Players below 5th level should never be laden down with magic items of these types. If you want to give one of them a +1 sword or a +1 dagger or a +1 bow or whatever, that's fine. But let them adventure and work hard to achieve these more powerful items. After all, it's not like they came off of an assembly line. Some wizard literally gave part of his life force to create one of these items. And wizards are not a dime a dozen. They're a rarity in and of themselves. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't give out magic items. I'm saying be careful how you give them out. Do not be a Monty Hall when it comes to magic items. Hey, look what's behind door number 1. Chests of magic items. No, can't do that. So anyway, or my favorite one is, it's a magic item shop. Had a player recently make one of those. So, that attracted all kinds of people. But anyway, my contention is limit what you allow them to have in the game. Because if they hear of something and they want a quest to get something, that's a basis for an adventure. And if they complete the adventure, by all means, they should get the item. But don't just give tons of stuff out, because that's going to unbalance your game. I'm just saying. You'll thank me later. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.